Hello everyone and welcome back to Bagpipes 101. Today's lesson is going to be an introduction to grace noting, which I'm going to explain throughout the video, but today's grace note is going to be the G grace note. So get your chanter up and let's get started. Okay, so let's get our chanters, and we're just going to set it up right now. We're going to do just a little exercise that I want you to enjoy and have fun with, but your fingers are going to have to be very, very loose for this. So go ahead and put all your fingers on the chanter, and we're just going to do this popping motion, okay? All the way down the scale, just popping them. Good. Start at the top again and go back down. Nicely done. I'm going to take a moment and play it for you so now you can hear the sound that we're producing with this little popping motion. Okay, here it goes. Low G. What do you think? Pretty interesting sounding? This is actually what makes up most of the sounds on the bagpipe. I hope everyone had fun with that great exercise of just lifting our fingers and replacing. Now let's discuss a little bit about what a grace note is before we get into the G Gracenote scale. A grace note is also known as a 32nd note. But in pipes and in most musical instruments, we call it a grace note. And it graces the note that we're playing. It makes it just more beautiful, and I call it the frosting on the cake. So grace notes are simply a lifting and replacing of a finger, which we did already. So now that you know that, now that you know it's possible on every note on the chanter, we're going to just talk about the G grace note itself. What is a G grace note? All right, so we have our chanters. First off, let's talk about the high G. Here's a high G, right? Good. Now this hole right here that's exposed is what gives the sound of the high G. So let's go ahead and close all holes and let's give a really brief sound of high G. How do we do that? We lift this finger and replace it. So we've got down this lifting, replacing motion. Our goals with it is to really make this finger super strong and also to make sure that we're getting this nice tight sound. This nice popping sound. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to blow low G and we're just going to pop, pop, pop. Ready? Feel okay? Good. So now we're going to move on to the next part of the lesson, which is going up the scale playing these G grace notes. Simple enough, right? So now we're going to take our time and we're going to not blow on the chanter at this point. We're just going to hold our chanters and we're going to do this lifting replacing motion. And we're going to go a little slow. So we're going to now walk up the scale with it. This finger is going to be the leading finger on going up the scale as well as down the scale with the G grace notes. So be sure to remember that. Keep that in your bag of knowledge. Okay, so it goes lift, replace on low G. Good. Then we're going to lift, lift, replace. Now we're on low A. Lift, lift, replace. Lift, lift, replace. Don't forget about that pinky. Okay. Lift, lift, replace. Lift, lift, replace. It's a big one. Lift, lift, replace. That's as high as the G grace note can go. Any higher on high G or high A, now we don't have a G grace note sound. Understand? Okay, so let's go ahead and play through it. So now we're going to play nice and slow through those movements that I just showed you. Ready? But we're going to be blowing this time. So we're going to blow through the slow G. Got it? Now, as you get more and more experienced at it, you can go a little faster with it, and it will sound like this. Or up to speed. This completes moving up the scale using your G grace note. Be sure to just take a note here to just take your time going up the scale and relaxing those fingers. Now, I get a lot of questions on how do you transition between your D to your E. So I'm going to take a little video spot here and just show you really nice and slow how to do that transition without getting any extra crossing sounds. Okay, so go ahead and grab your chanters. So I'm going to show you two different angles. The first angle is going to be this direction. I'm going to show you the D, okay? Now watch, the G grace note lifts first, second, then we lift our pinky. Okay, now these three fingers are going to come down with our G grace note working, okay? So lift, replace. It's really good to get used to replacing these fingers. So I'm going to transition over here, and I'm going to show you again. So we're on D, we're going to go lift, lift, replace. One more time, lift, lift, replace. So definitely get used to these three fingers landing together. All right, lift, lift, replace. Faster we can get at it, the more it's going to sound smooth. So go ahead and blow through it. Again. Or up to speed. Good job. That's one of the hardest transitions right through there. Okay, so now that we have going up the scale down, let's go ahead and talk about going down the scale. Down the scale has a little different push that we have to get used to, and that's matching our fingers. It's also having like this visual of where the chanter is sitting. So when we go and put our fingers back, we want to put them back together. All right, so here we go. We're going to start on F, and we're just going to walk through this. So F, G grace note lifts again, replaces to E. We want to replace those two fingers at the same time. Then we lift our G grace note again first, lift the bottom three, replace. So now I've replaced my pinky along with these two at the same time. So get used to that feeling. Good. Now we're going to go lift, replace to C, lift, replace to B. Pinky should be up. Lift, replace to low A, and then lift, replace to low G. And there you have it, going down the scale. Starting on F, let's go ahead and play through this. Ready? Let's go ahead and get our fingers on F, and let's blow through this. Ready? A little faster. Good job. Now up to speed. Good job. This is the conclusion to video 4, lesson 4, G Gracenote Scales. I hope everyone has had such a great time learning this, and I hope everyone walks away feeling more and more like a Highland bagpiper today. So till next week, next Thursday, we'll be going over our D grace note and our E grace note scales. I look forward to hearing from all of you, so feel free if you have any questions to leave a little comment in the box below, and also click like. And I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. So till then, happy piping and good luck. Slan Shava.